All right, let's dive into one of Shakespeare's absolute masterpieces, Othello. Now, this isn't just some old play from the 1600s. It's a gripping story about a celebrated hero, a truly passionate love, and the terrifying speed with which trust can be poisoned and just completely destroyed.
And that really brings us to the central, burning question of the whole thing. How does a great love story, a romance for the ages, completely unravel and turn into a murder plot? Seriously, how does a man who is deeply in love with his wife become her killer? See, Othello is so much more than a drama. It's a full-on psychological thriller that shows us just how easily the human mind can be twisted. So our story kicks off in Venice. You have to picture a city with really strict rules and a rigid social hierarchy. And it's right here that the central conflict is born, not on some bloody battlefield, but in a secret marriage that defies every single convention of the time.
And the couple at the heart of this are a study in contrasts. On one side, you've got Othello. He's a Moorish general, a celebrated military hero, but he's an outsider in Venetian society because of his race. Then you have Desdemona, the daughter of a powerful senator, a true insider. So their marriage? It's a huge act of rebellion. And this is key. Othello's outsider status creates this deep-seated insecurity in him. Despite his high rank, he's psychologically vulnerable, a weakness his enemies are about to exploit.
Every great tragedy needs a great villain, and Othello has one of the most chilling villains in all of literature, Iago. He's Othello's ensign, his supposedly trusted officer. But that loyalty, it's a complete sham. His motive is brutally simple. Othello promoted a younger, less experienced soldier named Cassio instead of him. And for that one perceived slight, Iago vows to destroy not just Othello's career, but his entire world. The action then shifts away from the structured city of Venice to a military outpost in Cyprus. The war they were sent to fight literally disappears in a storm, but a far more dangerous, internal war is just getting started. This is Iago's battlefield now, and his weapons are words. Iago's whole strategy is built around this one terrifying metaphor. To him, jealousy isn't just a feeling. It's a literal poison. His plan is to slowly drip whispers and lies into Othello's ear until the general's mind is so infected that he just can't separate reality from fiction anymore. And this isn't some crime of passion, no. It's a cold, calculated four-step plan. First, Iago gets Cassio drunk, starts a brawl, and gets him fired, shattering Othello's trust. Then, he convinces the now disgraced Cassio to ask Desdemona for help, knowing her kindness will make her look guilty. The trap is officially being set.
Now, every great deception needs a piece of seemingly undeniable evidence. And for Iago, that evidence comes in the form of a simple, ordinary object, a handkerchief. This is the moment the story pivots from nagging suspicion to absolute certainty.
But this wasn't just any piece of cloth. It was Othello's very first gift to Desdemona. It was woven with all this symbolism and family history, a token of his unique background and his deep, deep affection. For Desdemona, it was her most cherished possession.
And Iago masterfully turns this symbol of loyalty completely on its head. After his own wife Emilia finds it, Iago grabs the handkerchief and plants it in Cassio's room. So when Othello eventually sees Cassio with it, Iago's poison finally has its proof. The one thing that symbolized their faithful love now becomes the undeniable sign of its destruction.
With the so-called proof in place, that poison takes full effect. The noble, eloquent, and controlled Othello that we met at the beginning of the play, he just vanishes. He's completely consumed.
And the transformation is truly terrifying. His language, which was once so poetic, becomes violent and brutal. This quote says it all. The same man who won Desdemona over with these incredible stories of his life now speaks only of destroying her. His love has completely curdled into a possessive, violent rage.
And while Othello descends into this madness, Desdemona is just bewildered. She's innocent and has absolutely no idea why the man she loves has turned on her with such cruelty. This contrast is the very heart of the tragedy, his blind fury smashing up against her innocent confusion.
Iago's plan has worked perfectly. He has turned a loving husband into a murderer, and the stage is now set for the play's absolutely catastrophic final scene.
The ending unfolds with breathtaking speed and horror. Convinced he's enacting some kind of terrible justice, Othello smothers Desdemona.
But almost immediately, Emilia, Iago's wife, bursts in and exposes the entire plot. The lies, the manipulation, the handkerchief. In a flash, Othello understands the enormous, unthinkable scale of his mistake. Consumed by a grief that's just as powerful as his rage was, he takes his own life, falling on the bed beside his innocent wife.
So why? Why, after more than 400 years, does this story still hit us so hard? Because when you look past the Shakespearean language, Othello delivers this powerful and timeless warning about the fragility of human trust.
The play's themes are just as relevant today as they ever were. The destructive power of jealousy, the terrifying effectiveness of verbal manipulation, the vulnerability of being an outsider, and maybe most importantly, the dangerous gap between appearance and reality.
And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. Othello's tragic flaw wasn't just jealousy, it was his failure to question the evidence that was put in front of him. He trusted honest Iago because he looked the part. He believed the handkerchief was proof because it seemed like it was. He trusted appearance over reality, and the consequences were absolutely devastating. Othello's warning to be skeptical of what we see and hear is just hauntingly relevant. In our modern world, a world filled with digital manipulation and curated truths, the play's central challenge feels more urgent than ever. How do we know who and what to believe?